Hey everybody, welcome to the next episode of Cruise and Curious. As you can see before you, today's theme is Nerf guns. Something that me and him like to do is look over the YouTube channels and check out some cool Nerf guns and maybe go pick one or two up and have some Nerf fights with his friends.
Yeah.
One thing though we found out that we never find is, it's a little odd. What is that, Corbin? What do we never find?
That people don't describe how hard it is to pull back.
Yes, how hard it is to arm them. And that's a little bit of an issue whenever you're a smaller kid, and both him and his friend have that problem with a couple guns. So we're going to go through the different ones we have and kind of talk about how they are to prime. We're not going to go into really how hard they shoot and things like that, just because most of these, they're all about the same. They're all either Nerf branded or an off-brand, but they're pretty much the same aside from one that we'll get into.
This is either Adventure Force or Nerf, because we have Adventure Force or Nerf on this table.
Correct. So we'll go ahead and get this stuff cleared off a little bit, and we will go into our first gun. Alright, so first off we have what seems to be a tiny little pistol. This is an Adventure Force. Don't really know the name of it. It just has 03 on it, so we're going to call it the 03. And before we get into Corbin trying to prime this one, there's something very important on this gun which actually makes it pretty terrible.
Yes, because you have to turn this yourself. But there's another one that doesn't do that.
Correct. And what he's talking about on this is there's small detents that you have to be in for the darts to shoot, and if you get it even slightly not in it, which is hard to feel, then it won't fire. It'll do nothing. So, alright, let's go ahead and see how hard this one is for you to prime.
So, this is mostly... Let's get the bullet, because it's real. And that's really hard.
That's a pretty hard one?
Yes.
You did pretty good that time, so I think you're getting used to it. And I'll go ahead and put it a little bit off since I can kind of tell if it's not straight up now. And you'll see if it's not fully on, it does nothing when you fire it.
Yeah.
So go ahead and prime it one more time. Alright. Put it back in. And you want to make sure you're completing the detent. Unless you kind of got to feel around for it.
Yeah,
so if you're out in the heat of the battle, it'd be hard to tell if you're on it.
Yeah, that would actually be stinking. That's why we didn't use that one for our Nerf war.
Yeah, we did Nerf war and you misfired more than you shot it. So, alright, and this one, as you can see, it's still misfired with it directly lined up.
Can I see that?
So go ahead and arm it. Let's go ahead and let's try a different barrel.
No, I know what that is. Once you shoot it, it's like a real gun. If it doesn't fire, then you need to turn to a different one.
It doesn't work that way, but we'll go with it. And here we go again.
Well, that worked.
And that time it fired. So, as you see,
stinking.
even when we had it lined up, it didn't really work.
What we have before you is the one I just talked about. The one that I was talking about. This one, it does those things by its own. But this trigger right here, it does not work.
No. What he's trying to explain with these are every time you pull the handle back or the primer, these rotate, unlike the other one where you had to manually actuate it. And this one's actually quite easy to fire, and you can get a lot of rounds out of it. So go ahead and demonstrate a good shot of it. And there you go, just that easy. And every time you pull it, it fires another round.
It's really easy, so I definitely recommend that.
And this is the Adventure Force Decimator.
Or a dirt rider, I don't know.
There was another name of it. I'll see if I can find it, maybe put it in the
Maybe a
link
dirt rider.
below.
I think it was dirt rider, I don't know.
And other than that, really good gun. Could use a sling though, which it does have a sling attachment. But it's quite fun. So we'll be back with the next one. Alright, and next up we have our first Nerf for the day. This is the Nerf Retaliator. I personally think it's a super fun gun. It uses the modular system, uses the standard magazines, and that's one of my things that I quite like. It has replacement buttstock, replacement barrel. This has a forward grip on it.
And
bullets, yes. This has a top priming or arming mechanism, however you want to describe it. And I don't think this one was too bad, but we'll go ahead and see how he does with it.
Yeah. Just really good.
And there you go. This one was not bad at all.
I actually shot the camera.
And he almost shot you guys. But it's not too bad, so we'll go ahead and get on to the next one. Alright, next up we have another Nerf, and this one is a kind of a dual-barreled revolver pistol type called the Flip Fury. It's a pretty neat idea, and it's okay to load. It's, I don't know, I don't care for the loading on it, but it's okay. He actually just recently got this one for his birthday from a friend, and what do you think of it?
I think it's pretty cool, but I have some off things about it. I have something cool to talk about. It looks like the exact same gun from Guardians of the Galaxy. It looks like Star-Lord's gun.
It does kind of look like Star-Lord's gun from Guardians of the Galaxy.
And it's a zombie strike.
And it's from the Zombie Strike series.
And this, you can also do this.
Yes, there's a trigger here on the bottom that you pull this and it alternates the barrel.
Which is really cool, but
when it's on the bottom, I guess it's easiest to load through here. But you can really load them at any time. There's a little bit of slop, which is one of the things I don't really care for on it. But alright, let's go ahead and see if you can arm and fire this one.
So this is one. Okay. Then, oh, I did that.
And there you go. How was that?
This part, this gets a little bit tricky, but then I'm just gonna shoot it over here. The camera.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a work for him. And one thing is for him, having small hands, he's trying to hold it here while not trying to pull the trigger and doing that.
I cannot.
Versus here with his, little.
I can't do the gun. I can't shoot it with this hand, which is a problem. Because this is I'm right-handed, which is a problem. This is mostly for left-handed people. I cannot do it.
I don't know about
It's
all
hard.
that, but that's what he thinks on
It's
it.
hard because I cannot do it because I cannot like load it like this. It's just I can't do it with my left hand.
Alright, here we're with our next one. I believe this one's an Adventure Force, and what's the name of this?
Adventure Force Legend Fire. This one was my actual gun for my birthday party. We had a Nerf war at my birthday party.
It was pretty spectacular. I custom painted up a few of these. This was Team Sonic, the blue team. And while this gun shoots pretty hard, I would say it's definitely not a favorite of the party. It is extremely hard to pull back from what I remember.
And it hurts when you're close.
And it hurts when you're close.
Yeah.
Which you have a lot of time to get close with how long it takes to arm it. So let's see if he can go ahead and get to work today.
Let's make sure. I need to do this with the other hand, don't I? Well, shot into the.
And there you go, we got it. As you can see, it's not something you could run around as a small child and try shooting other people. It does shoot quite hard, but yeah, it's got a lot of pressure in there for the way it's designed. One other thing about this one, again, trigger does not shoot the slam fire like the big double barrel you'd seen earlier.
I feel like it's the mini version of that.
It kind of is, except for way harder to shoot. It uses drums with a breakaway, which this actually has another one that goes here. The quality of control of these are pretty terrible though, and out of the 10 that we had, I would say about 5 of them reliably close well. The rest of them really misaligned, and you get none of that working. So, all right, next up we have another Adventure Force. This one's pretty cool. It actually came bundled with this 2 of those smaller pistols that we mentioned earlier. What would you call this one, since it don't have an original, actual name?
I would think Double Barrel Blast.
Double Barrel Blast. Pretty good name. It's got some cool features. It can hold 2 darts in the barrel,
There's a bullet in there.
Yep, and it holds about 4 of them back here if you want to stack them this way, and close it up. The barrels, as you can see, holds 2 in there, which we got 2 loaded up. It doesn't do well with actual Nerf ammo. You have to make sure it's jammed all the way back in.
And you have to like bend the Nerf ammo.
A little bit if you don't have it pull all the way back in. But let's go ahead and see how hard it is for him to arm. There you go. So this one, again, is not too bad.
It's not that hard at all. Anyway, it's really good for Nerf wars, but the other one, no. Not at all. You cannot run around and shoot. That's a problem. You can't run while you're shooting. Problem.
Got it. All right. Up next, we have a great big Nerf sniper rifle. And what's the name of this?
God.
It's the Nerf Raptor Strike. This is actually one of the ones he really liked when we first got some Nerf guns. But I gotta say, it's probably as big as he is.
Yeah, and it's really good. You can it's like, with people with bad aim, game over.
Against people with bad aim, game over. He's pretty much said it there. It has a fake little pop-up sight, the bipod, and that's pretty much it on this one. You can hold another magazine back here, as well as the magazine, which of course goes in it. So let's go ahead and check it out, how this one is on.
Okay, there it went.
Alright, as we start to wind down on what we have, this one he actually got for his birthday party as well. And I can see a lot of people talk a lot of trash about this gun, but it's actually one of my personal favorites that we have, and it's a pretty cool design. It is a little bit weird with the magazine going in through the top. What is this one called?
The revreaper.
The Nerf Revreaper, and it's for a reason. As you can see here, you have a motor assembly inside this clear housing, and it's another, I don't know, I guess rev fire?
No, it's a zombie strike.
It's a zombie strike. So go ahead and let's show them how this one works.
Okay. It's not that bad. Oh, that was better.
And the harder you pull it, as you notice, the faster it goes.
And farther.
And farther. So if you get a good shot such as that, it's empty right now, but it would have shot a lot harder. So other than that though, it's pretty cool. It has the release here. You get your magazines out. And it's very compact. Alright, and last up, we have neither Nerf nor Adventure Force, though it does fire Nerf rounds. And this is one of the first 3D printed guns we actually built. It's themed in the White Ranger theme, since he's quite a Power Rangers fan. And this thing's pretty crazy. We have a little bit lighter spring in here than what I originally put in, so that makes it to where it's easier as hard to prime as the spring in it. Do you know what the name of this one is, Corbin?
No, I don't know because we never got it. And caliburn.
The Nerf, well, not Nerf caliburn. This is the caliburn. And there's actually a little bit of a teaser too. We're actually building another one currently, not the caliburn, but another 3D printed gun. That'll be coming up in a future episode. But with this one, it's pretty unique. I said it uses all 3D printed parts. This has a couple of add-on pieces on here. It uses standard Nerf magazines, and it's a beast. So let's see if you can prime this one.
I've actually never done it before. I've actually never done it. This is really hard.
All the way forward with it. Push it forward. There you go.
And then you shoot it.
Yep. Go ahead. Pull hard.
Wow.
And there you go. And with the size of this, it is a little bit harder for him to prime. But as you see, once he got a little more comfortable, he got it all the way down. He had a little bit of trouble with the trigger just because it feels like you're pushing it, but it actually has a hard detent to make sure you don't accidentally hit it. So you just gotta make sure you're actually squeezing it when you squeeze it.
Squeeze it like really thick. I did not know that because I have never actually shot it before.
Yeah, and that was his first time, so I mean he shot it pretty much just fine. And as I said, in the future, we're actually going to be doing another 3D printed Nerf gun that's actually going to be, in my opinion, a little bit cooler than this, and we'll actually have a lot more with that one. I would say that's about it on the Nerf guns. So what do you think overall? What's your favorite Nerf gun that you have?
Maybe, I may think, I don't really know. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe one of the zombie strikes is Star-Lord. Well, I think you do the best with the revreaper personally, and then maybe the double barrel shotgun second. Myself, I do like this one quite a bit, but I like that big slam fire decimator because you can get a whole lot of bullets downrange fast.
I actually really love that. That's one of my favorites.
We do have a modulus electric one and a couple other ones, but being electric ones, there's no real difficulty of those. It's simply pulling the trigger and it just fires automatically.
Like, you can like pull the trigger out.
You can get crazy fire rate out.
Yes.
So other than that, that's about it for today. We'll have links to any of the Nerf or other ones below, and if you're interested in building this one, I'll go ahead and also list his page where he sells the parts kits plus the 3D printed parts if you have a 3D printer. You got anything to say to the fans?
Have a good day, and make sure to like, if you have Nerf guns, definitely check if you can pull them back. Or if you have a child, if parents are watching this, then make sure your children can pull your Nerf guns back, because that's a really important thing.
Basically, if you're going to go playing in the field or have a Nerf war, make sure you can use the gun before getting out there. Make sure you're wearing some kind of face protection, because you get a dart in the eye and you're going to remember that. So.
And make sure you have some protective things, because that could actually really hurt.
Yep. So that's it for us. I'm Cruising Bill. This is Curious Corbin. And as Corbin said, everyone have a good day.